it can be really challenging to cultivate presence, to be here in this moment and be fully aware and fully engaged, and not have our minds wander off into a tangle of worries or anxieties or just random thoughts. For many of us, a meditation practice is meant to kind of build that muscle that we can take from our comfortable seated position into our daily lives. But I personally struggle sometimes with meditation. Struggle in two ways. One, just the meditation practice itself, like being able to create the habit and stick with it. And then being able also to integrate that calm and that presence into my daily life. And if the same is true for you, I want to present two practices today for you. Exercises that are meant to integrate presence into our daily activities. The idea is to attune our attention to specific parts of our day. And as we do that, and if we do it consistently, it becomes this almost automatic part of us where we automatically tune in because we have practiced tuning in and kind of built that muscle and built that habit. And so the first practice for you, maybe later this evening, is to fully focus your attention on doing the dishes. When I do the dishes, I oftentimes just completely tune out and just it's a chore. I want to get it done. It's nice to have a clean kitchen at the end of the night, and so let's just get this over with and then kind of move on with my evening. But with so many things that are kind of building blocks for intentional living and building blocks for attention in general, that moment of doing the dishes is really ripe for just pausing and being fully present. And so tonight, as you're doing the dishes, I want you to pay attention with all 5 senses as you go about that ritual. As you soap up the sponge and turn on the water, how does it feel in your hands? What is the temperature of the water? What is the weight of the plate in your hands? What does it feel like to have the water running over your skin? Can you fully appreciate taking a dirty plate and cleaning it? And now you have a clean plate. Listen to the sound of the water rushing out of the faucet. I'm sure you'll be able to smell the soap. Engross yourself in the 5 to 10 minutes that it takes to clean the dishes. Don't rush through it. Don't say to yourself, well, I just need to get this done. I can't wait till I'm done with this. These little moments this is life. So often when I'm not living intentionally and not focusing my attention, it just feels like I'm rushing from one thing to the next. I just got to get this over with so I can get to the next thing. And that is a recipe for missing out on a lot of things, a lot of richness. And so tonight when you're doing the dishes, spend 5 to 10 minutes with this practice. This is a form of meditation practice. And so if you're not someone who necessarily can just sit in a seated position and kind of clear your mind, doing the dishes intentionally is another way to achieve that. It will focus your attention. Your mind will clear if you pay attention to what you're doing in front of you. And the benefit of it is that focusing of attention then pervades other aspects of your life over time. The other practice is a very similar one. And for this, you'll need a piece of fruit. So choose your favorite fruit at a time when you're hungry and want to eat it. And again, we're doing the same thing. We are bringing all 5 senses to the experience of eating this fruit. For me, I just had an orange. An orange is a great piece of fruit for meditative practice because there's the sensation of peeling the orange and seeing the oils from the skin kind of shoot into the air and smelling the aromas and obviously tasting the fruit. There's a lot of sensory experience wrapped up in that we easily miss when we just grab a piece of fruit and start eating it if we're working at our desks or talking to our partners or whatever it is. And so what I'd like you to do is just slow down, grab a piece of fruit, and spend 5 minutes eating it and paying attention to the sensations that arise, how it tastes, what it feels like to chew it, what it feels like after you've eaten it. So many of our meals are consumed with distraction, whether that's having a TV on in the background, being engaged in a conversation, scrolling your phone and reading the news. So here we're just going to take a few minutes and be present and eat. I know it may seem silly at first. These attention-focusing exercises don't typically come naturally to many of us. That's why we live in a kind of bubble of anxious thoughts, constantly, things constantly swirling into and out of our brains. And this is, again, the antidote to that. But it feels funny because we haven't done it before, because it's new to us. But I'm certain that if you do it regularly enough, it will start to become second nature. And then that presence will pervade other areas of your life. So I encourage you to give one or both of those exercises a try today. See it as a form of self-care to be fully present with yourself in those activities. I thank you for your practice, for showing up today, and I'll see you back here next time.